Hi, this is Russ Kellaway from the 24LPS team, and these are my choices for the top 5 films that I saw in 2012. At 5, it's the brilliant Rian Johnson sci-fi actioner Looper, starring a prosthetically enhanced Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis. In a year that saw Ridley Scott return to the Alien franchise, the fact that Looper places above Prometheus in my list pretty much says all you need to know. It's an intelligent and brilliantly shot film which sidesteps the usual problems of dealing with time travel in one line of dialogue. Just beating Looper to the number 4 spot is Christopher Nolan's final instalment of his Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. This is filmmaking on a truly epic scale, and Nolan's biggest plus point is that he never sacrifices the characters for blockbuster action. What we are left with is probably the finest comic book trilogy ever made, and one that seems to have formed the template for this year's Nolan-produced Man of Steel. From one of the biggest films of the year to one of the smallest. At number 3, it's Marcy, Marlene, featuring a breakout performance from Elizabeth Olsen. The film has an almost dreamlike quality that, due to its non-linear narrative, slowly turns into a nightmare. The charismatic cult leader, brilliantly played by John Hawkes, also deserves a mention as part of a film that, before you know what's happening, has managed to get under your skin in what is a truly unsettling piece of filmmaking. My pick for the number 2 film of the year quite simply goes to one of the best action films I've ever seen. Forget The Expendables, Gareth Evans' The Raid is the real deal. An inventive, blisteringly paced martial arts action film that certainly doesn't pull any punches, featuring some of the most kinetic action sequences ever committed to film, and combined with a plot that, although certainly high concept, doesn't scrimp on character. What you have is an astonishing piece of cinema. Hollywood, take notes. And so we come to the number 1 slot, and no one is more surprised than me that the best film I watched in 2012 was Leos Carax's Holy Motors. Sitting down to watch a French surrealist film by a director who hasn't made a feature for over a decade, I have to admit that I was pretty much resigned to a dull 120 minutes. What I found was something so crazy and different that it literally made me sit up and pay attention. The performance of the lead actor Denis Lavant is staggering, as throughout the course of the film he portrays over 7 drastically different characters, ranging from an old disabled homeless lady to a bald assassin. It is a breathtaking piece of work that is both confusing and hilarious, often at the same time, and needs to be seen to be believed. Thanks for listening to the 24LPS podcast throughout 2012, and please get in touch with us through the Guernsey Film Info page on Facebook to let us know your top 5 of the year.